All right, so we're live. Hello, everybody. Lobo looks at Willow here with YoJimbo, and we just finished watching Willow season 1's season finale. Here's a couple riffs. That's where we're at in the credits.
Don't play too much. No.
That was it. That was it. I'm not someone who makes money on YouTube anyway, so they're not gonna hit me too hard.
Last thing you want to get is dinged for like under 4 seconds.
That was such a little tease there.
In a season of so many weird needle drop endings, ending the season 1 on Money for Nothing by Dire Straits.
Like, I know I heard a couple of podcasts that made references to Willow, and there was apparently an interview where all the songs were kind of decided beforehand, like they were always part of the script. If they make another season of this or another 2 seasons, like it was implied, they really need to stop with the music. Maybe if they just put a instrumental only version of the songs that they choose, that might be a little bit more palatable. It's just, yeah. I mean,
but then
to end this series,
then you start complaining about like trailerized songs, which is like a veritable industry of like where you take a recognizable song and then you remix it for like a trailer.
Yeah. But I don't know. That Dire Straits is a great band. That, to play a song that makes references to television sets, microwave ovens, and music television, just that's not how you end a fantasy series. Come on.
Right. Like, what's the fantasy here? Like, we're right back to like, and it's just like you said, we're talking about televisions and color TVs and
it's just like some of the other songs. Okay, they kind of fit. They understand the Enter Salmon, even the Hurdy-Gurdy Man song fit better than that. And I like that song. I like the Weird Al parody of it better, but I like that song. It just doesn't go here. Black Hole Sun's another example. It fit, but did we just give us some of the guitar riffs? The people that's the target demographic for this show, people in their 30s and 40s that grew up with the Willow movie. Like, okay, we get it. We get those flavors. We get those bands. It's stuff that we grew up with.
But it's just like another tonal mismatch that like the show has like occasionally, and like the I'm eternal, bitch.
Like, yeah. I don't. But for me though, that is my biggest problem with the entire series was those music choices. That's really the only complaint I have. Yes, some of the parts are a little corny.
I'm completely in the same boat. I chuckle when the tone like does that rapid shift where we're like suddenly like just the way they're talking, and but the needle drop, the music drops for
It's like, can they just re-release like a special edition version of this series
where it just has like the score,
where it's got a musical score? Because like when they played the Willow theme, when Willow does something cool, that's it's Willow. It's what I.
And here's the thing: we're nearly 5 minutes into this, and we haven't discussed what's good about the show. Like the tasteful use of the Willow theme, the original theme.
Yeah,
like that was a nice little touch. The visuals when they were inside, like the worm trying to convince them, like the whole like hallucinogenic look of it.
Yeah,
like, that was great.
it just, oh man, that set me off. Sorry. I don't usually like to make videos with a rant. And this one started with it. So it's out of my system.
Got it out of the way. Yep.
But yeah, over like I was sort of saying, overall, I really enjoyed this series. Did with asterisk music, but it's I feel like it would have been even more amazing if it had a proper fantasy score. Yeah, I mean, from the get-go, my biggest concerns were how were they going to deal with the Mad Mardigan thing? What'd you think of the way they handled that?
I thought it was pretty tasteful, like using the disembodied voice rather than like trying to do CGI young version or like that. And using his Val Kilmer's actual son was pretty close. Like,
yeah, I fully agree. It sounded like a young Mad Mardigan. Not dead on, but
yeah,
unfortunately better than Val could have done himself.
Yeah.
But hopefully life improves for him, because at one point in time he was when this movie came out, he was probably one of my favorite actors. Like I'd seen this in was that Real Genius? Is that what? And what was that other movie that it was in? It was like a secret agent or something.
Top Secret is an amazing movie.
Those are great films. I gotta watch those again. I haven't.
Yeah, there's some pretty insane jokes in that. Yeah, it's like skeet shooting USA, like skeet surfing. Oh man.
I mean, it's the movie where I learned a Pinto will blow up if you back into it, or the tail end hit something. But yeah, I was a couple of episodes ago when they were going through the mines, and when they first got captured and they got brought into where Christian Slater's character was trapped.
Yeah,
and he called himself Mad Mardigan. For a split second, I was like, they did not. And then when he got called out on his bull, then okay.
Yeah.
that was
there was
I hope somehow I kind of hope somehow Christian Slater's character comes back. I think I don't know. I think he's pretty funny. Him and his Jack Nicholson-ness. I always like it when he's a guest star on like Archer. It's just Slater. Yeah, it's funny.
And as light fantasy, I'm okay with returning characters, even like I'm off to my death, because at this point it kind of becomes funny again, especially like the way the return of Mormon, when he's like,
right,
he just walks out like after having fought, and it looked like he was covered in butter. Like,
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, he was.
That's funny. I kind of want to see it.
You want to see what he's like covered in?
Yeah. Why is this not working? Man. Freaking doing the shared stream on Disney Plus just likes to fight with me. But let's see here. Where is he?
Like, especially since the ending reveal that like Graydon didn't get actually like disintegrated, like it sort of looked like. I think it was basically him just getting pushed beyond the veil of the power, whatever, the worm. So yeah, he did not seem to get sent to a good place, though. Like, that did not look like a pleasant dimension.
Let's see. Look, here's I don't know how he is definitely covered in something slick. I was trying to find
he looks better. Slimy.
That's I hate to see what he did with his. I mean, what was the first thing he said when he came back through the door? I want my mom.
Yeah. Yes, that was the first thing he
What
said.
happened to him that was so traumatic he needs his mommy?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm kind of, yeah, that's silly.
He's
But
pretty
it's,
slimy.
I kind of really feel like, yeah, here's a little close up of him. He's still got some crap in his beard, but
Yep.
like his hair is definitely pretty greasy. Um, oh wow, I didn't even realize I stopped it with the subtitles. I want my mom.
Yeah,
That was great. But yeah, it's wow. It's yeah. I really feel like Borman is probably the best character in this series. He's
yeah.
hilarious. I don't know the actor's name off the top of my head, but
Like,
he's
like when I say the tone shift, like he's responsible for most of it, and I don't even mind. It's like, oh no, you're fine. You do like asking to
yeah.
make out. It just
Yeah.
his plan was just to let's just make out. Like,
Well, I mean, it's the end of the world. You might as well oh, that's the guy's name. I just lost it. Hmm. Amar Shada Patel. That's his name. Yeah. He's gotta be in more stuff. He's pretty funny. Since he's part of the Lucasfilm family, the AK Disney family, maybe he'll show up in a Marvel movie or a Star Wars thing sometime soon. I could see him. I mean, Aaron Kellyman,
yep.
Jade. Her name is like what's her last name? It's a sword or something, right?
I don't remember, but yeah, she was pretty good in
she's
that actually.
Yeah, but she was Emphas Nest in Solo.
Mm-hmm.
She was Flag Smasher in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and here she is again. She's all over all the three most popular Disney properties. Well, the two most popular Disney properties and Willow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. There was a couple times where I was kind of confused of their choices during this
Mm-hmm.
show, like when they meet up with the Bone Reavers
Mm-hmm.
and Willow. Everybody drinks that truth drink,
Mm-hmm.
and Willow's kind of like, yeah, I'm kind of a
I'm a fake. He says
I'm
that he's a
kind of a
fuck.
yeah, he's kind of a fake. He's lucky.
Yeah,
He's
he's looked into
the
everything he's ever gotten, and he's like,
yeah.
yeah.
So is that like, and like you were saying while we were watching the last, like, is he shooting souls at people with that staff of his?
Because that yeah, like the channeling stone, the stone that's
Yeah.
like, yeah. So
So it's like,
like
was he using it? Was that was coming out of the same staff though that he was
using flame
using for a
feathers.
flamethrower from the other end, right? It's like,
Yeah, yeah.
like
So,
green.
what I said before was that he's got some artificing capabilities. Like he's capable of making items out of other magical items because obviously there is actual magical items, I guess.
Right. So, well, yeah, but well, I mean, that makes Alora a magical diamond, a
Mm-hmm.
magical item herself, because
Yeah, she didn't need the.
that wand is gone now.
Yep.
Unless she wasn't holding it in that last the reveal
Nope.
for okay.
So yeah,
Yeah.
the one might just be gone.
Yeah, I wonder how I don't know. I don't know. Do you know, have they said anything about another season of this?
No.
Cuz that end scene, I mean, putting the
Implying that
volume
there's
1 on the shelf with two more books that were marked volumes 2 and 3. That was
hmm
like,
yeah, there's still no confirmation though of season 2.
cuz I'm just like, is that their plan? Is that what the people making the show wants? Because like I said earlier, just little bit more fantasy music instead of modern music, then it will be amazing.
I like your suggestion that like what happened was that they were like writing it like song like like Good Vibrations by the Beach Boys. Like the idea like this will never get accepted, and then like there it is.
Yeah. It's like they didn't, oh, this is the song that's supposed to be here. Okay. Not let's hire someone to make something that sounds sort of in that
or has a different feel or like a feel similar.
Yeah. But an orchestral thing, not something that I could turn off on the radio.
Yeah.
Not a song that I've heard 100 million times that I'm either sick of or never liked in the first place and just want it to be over. Because you don't want people to watch your show, hear a song, and want it to end. It's like, that's been like, for me growing up with Disney movies, like a lot of them have cool stories. It's the ridiculousness with the breaking into song. And this is almost as bad.
The suspension of disbelief breaks as soon as like a song starts getting sung, and everybody knows their own lyrics.
Yeah, and they have their own dance moves, and it's like, no, I don't. It's just, oh man.
Yeah,
man, that's just wow.
I thought there were some really good performances by a lot of the actors, though. The show, the actual ensemble cast is pretty like enjoyable. Like,
yeah, I mean, I like Tony Ravioli in this way more than I like him in. Yeah, I always say his name like that. I don't know. I can't stop.
Tony Ravioli.
That's it.
Yeah,
I'm not even gonna try. But I like him. I like him in this more than I like his Flash Thompson character.
Yeah,
but that goes back to me just going, well, Flash Thompson's supposed to be this big buff jock, and you know, it's okay. I mean, he's still, you know, part of the popular kids, but I don't remember Flash Thompson ever being on the debate team. That's just, I don't know. Maybe I'm remembering Spider-Man wrong, but I don't know. It's been a while since I've read any of those comics. Long time, but still, yeah. Everybody was well cast. I feel like, you know, getting Sorsha to, you know, the actual woman who played Sorsha in the movies, that was, the show would have been unbelievable if they cast someone other than her. Like her and Willow being, or her and Warwick Davis being in this together, definitely, like it gives all the credibility to it that it needed. But because I don't know, it just I keep thinking about the music. I'm sorry. Yeah, it just the person they had playing Dove, as we were originally introduced to her as, like immediately I'm like, oh, that's the Elora Danan character immediately. And then and the prince who has,
and there was a little bit of like exposition where they talked about like how the other housemaids, the ones who were like taking care of her, rub things in her hair to keep her blonde. So over time, like that's the reason she becomes more like redheaded over time, because they're not rubbing the bleach or like bleaching agent on her hair.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or are they using butter? No.
Or they're using yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, it's that, you know, I'm thinking of that. So Borman, and I know we're kind of all over the place with topics, but you know, fresh off of watching Bad Batch, anybody who's watching this, just so they know, we did a live stream for Bad Batch season 2, episode 3, right before we spent an hour watching Willow, and then now we're here. That's why it's 2:00 in the morning Pacific time, or 2:07. But yeah, Borman, was he saved when he runs into before he runs into that battle? I'm gonna go
I'm
naked and screaming, naked and kicking ass.
Yeah,
right?
I'm gonna go something about the day it's gonna like the day I was born.
Yeah,
naked and kicking ass.
naked
and
and
then he
kicking
asks,
ass.
"Where's the butter?"
I mean, at least when he came back, he was still wearing his clothes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it didn't look like he ever took them off, but I wonder if that line was ad-libbed. But you know,
did they shoot that after he saw how like slimy he got, like running out? Like they don't shoot things in sequence. Like if he already shot the scene where he came running out covered in slime, like
yeah.
But that's
yeah.
Oh.
I mean, what do you need butter for when you're fighting? Like I get it if you're doing like, you know, Turkish oil wrestling, being greased up is a good thing, but
or if you're roasting poultry, then
yeah,
then
the butter.
There's the butter, yeah. But
like I really would have liked to see that fight.
I know,
because that, I mean, who did he fight? Like
he's just fighting like an army of the undead, basically.
Like what happened to the other individual, like the mini bosses, like the one that turns into the Falcon, the dude with the cage on his head,
him, and then they're not like.
Yeah, they totally, like, there should have been like another 20 minutes to this episode with a big old you know, super fight with all the villains, all the, you know, the like the mini bosses. I don't have any other word for it. You know, because I mean, they showed the fight that mattered, the Allura Danan Crone showdown, but they left so much more stuff on the table. I mean, maybe if they do a season 2, we'll get a Borman telling the story of how he defeated whatever.
Yeah, it's like, how did you
and
get
they'll flashback to it. Yeah.
One of those, like yeah. Begin the next season, like, how did you like escape from that sticky situation?
Or if somehow he did do some kind of crazy stuff, lured everybody through something, and had to douse himself in butter to sneak through a hole to get out. And it was butter.
Yep.
And possibly having to get, you know, I don't know. Like, what is his version of kicking ass even be? Like, he's like, he looks like somebody who could, you know, fight, but they never really show a lot of it. I guess they really didn't show too much physical fighting in this series at all. A lot of it was more magic and like block moves and cutaway. Speaking of block moves, though, I did notice that Kit saved Jade.
Yes.
Instead of the other way around.
Yep, it finally got reversed. Like,
so that was pretty cool. I'm not sure how I feel about that whole that magical armor that Kit was wearing. Like, it looks cool, but it, like,
the plot armor.
Definitely the plot armor.
Yeah.
It, like, it's straight, like, the key for it.
It seemed like it was fighting for her. Like,
probably was.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't that the point of enchanted armor, is to give you that stat boost? How much of it is your, you know,
you going from your instinct and then going to the armor reacting?
Yeah. Everything was more smooth. I just thought it was strange that it didn't have a helmet.
Yeah, like
your face is
everything's protected except like this is like one of the most dangerous places to get stabbed.
Yeah, you don't want to get blinded. You don't want to get something stuck in any of the holes on your face.
To be fair, To be
or
fair,
lose your.
like dueling was very popular in like Europe for many hundreds of years, and a lot of like German men were like considered very attractive for having giant facial scars that they earned in dueling. Like we're talking like missing eyeballs, missing noses. Like, oh, this brave person was willing to lose like the thing. So, like,
Yeah.
my point is that you can actually get pretty grievous injuries to the face as long as you control the bleeding.
Yeah.
And that's your lesson for a a very late show.
Yeah. I don't know. I just don't think, I don't think Kit would look very good with scars all over her face.
Who knows?
I don't know. But anyway, I mean, it's just, even just getting, it's just too exposed.
Mm-hmm.
If you get hit in the head, you could get knocked out pretty easy.
Yeah, you're pretty much done.
Should have some protection. But we can't hide our actors' faces is like been an issue in Hollywood since,
Mm-hmm.
Flash Gordon era, I guess. I don't know, man. Since the old Republic serials. Oh, you got to be able to see the lead's face. You can put a mask on the villains, but don't put them on the good guys.
Exactly. They have to be recognizable.
But it's like, if you see the mask go on, that should be enough. Like, Spider-Man, all the cool scenes, like, I guess that's just like a thing in like superhero movies in general. I guess it's like everybody who wears a mask only puts the mask on when it's special effects time. Mm-hmm. Not when it's or when it's stunt double time, but not in any of the other scenes for the most part. I mean, there are a few scenes, but it's predominantly like, if you watch the Spider-Man movies, it's like swing in, land, start talking, and take your mask off while you're talking, and then all of a sudden you're just a superhero from the the costume from the neck down.
Yeah.
I just it'd be weird to see. I don't know. I'm trying to think of a good. Hell, I mean, in Star Wars, when Luke and Han steal the stormtrooper, like I call it, I'm just in the original Star Wars movie, just Star Wars. I know saying just that is a kind of a broad term, but in the very first Star Wars movie,
you mean Episode 4?
Episode 4, but
yes.
Han and Luke have the full stormtrooper armor.
Mm-hmm.
And then they go in the trash compact, like before they go in the trash compactor, they lose the helmets.
Yep.
So you can tell who's who,
even though them down, and then it's gone.
And then the next, then they get out of the trash compactor and they ditch the stormtrooper outfits.
Right. It's still viable. It's still a viable disguise.
And it's I mean, it might not be the greatest armor, but it's still armor. Like, if you're going to get shot, you might as well get shot while you're wearing body armor.
Mm-hmm.
Than just like a cargo vest or a tunic. Like
a white shirt and a vest. Yeah, I don't know.
They might as well have been red shirts from Star Trek, Yeah. So you might get shot. It's like,
I don't think that linen's very protective. Like,
no, not at all. Even if they had like a personal force field of some sort, keep the body armor. You already stole it. You already wore it. Why are you spending time taking it off? Yeah. Unless there was a scene that got deleted back in the day why they have to take it off because they smell like trash.
Yeah, does it smell?
It smelled like it smelled like Dianoga doo-doo. Like, I don't.
Yeah, it definitely smelled like that compactor.
So yeah, so that brings me back to, what is Boorman covered in, and does he stink?
They didn't seem too grossed out by him.
No, and you think, if he's covered in whatever, it's because he was fighting on something that was
undead legions, viscera, like
yeah. Maybe he's just covered in that the worm goo stuff that Eric and
yeah, that those the creatures
all
were
the
probably
creatures were drinking, and yeah. Man, I really liked the effect. The stone effect looked pretty cool when when Mormon and then the rest of them all turned into stone. That looked pretty cool. There was what was on the wrong thing. There we go. There was something else that looked really the crone's final form. Like that was pretty.
Oh yeah, her eye that melted as she transformed, basically.
The what?
Like the eye was there, and then it kind of like melted as she was like turning to her normal like crone form.
Yeah, I just see. This is what I want. Yeah, like I didn't realize she was wearing a Jane. Is it Jane Child? If that was that that old the nose ring, nose piercing,
the nose
ear
ring,
piercing chain. Yeah,
that's what it looks like.
And yeah, I wonder if that's her. No, they brought her back for some, but that's some cool zombie style. Oh, yeah, here we go. This is when the eye first started melting. It's like that's gross. And then Eric goes and makes out with this thing.
Yeah. Wow, impressive. Like that look that Kate gave. It's just
yeah. I mean he was enchanted. He thought he probably like he thought she
still
looked
looked normal to him. Like from his
that,
perspective, she was still looking normal.
Yeah. Still looking like that other the other actress. But I just I don't I'm looking for that. No, not that. Oh wow, that's funny. Oh yeah, that was the worst part too. Subtitles on the music. So that makes this screen even worse. Like,
oh, let's see what you have. Oh god, got to move these color TVs
with the 3 volumes, implying that there's possibly two more seasons. It just doesn't feel right. I don't get it. I don't get it. Someone needs to hire a good art director. I mean, art director, a new audio director for next season if they have another season.
Yeah.
I would love to see another season. I want to know where this story goes. It's obviously, why can't I remember Tony's character?
Yeah, get Tony Ravioli out of like the
yeah, exactly. He's in some sauce.
Yep.
And he needs someone to pull him out of that. And I'm not expecting it, but I'd like to see it. I just I really appreciate to know what the hell they were thinking with the music. I keep going back to that. I apologize. It's a cool title for this last episode, Children of the Worm. It just, they didn't kill the worm, so
they still have a lurking big bad.
Yeah. And obviously, like that. So that last scene, do you think it's like do you think it's a vision of the future? Do you think it's like is is this really Alora, or is this another entity of the
I think
worm?
it's basically, yeah, like an entity of the worm, basically. Like I think it's kind of like a pocket universe or something. Like this is the one where she accepts it, like the deal, or something along those lines. Because those do not look like the forces of good behind her.
No, this thing in the
Yeah,
back.
yeah, I know. It's the thing that they fought
That's the
in that.
monster from the movie, right?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's one of
Like,
those monsters. And then look at the like, looks like a zombie guy right to her on her right shoulder,
yeah, our right shoulder,
left
yeah,
leg.
exactly.
Yeah,
I
and
just,
there's a bunch of other deformed looking people, like deformed hell minion looking people. Well,
but is she looking?
ruling
Is
over
she,
them. It seemed like it.
yeah, is she ruling over them, or is she getting ready to fight them?
Fighting them alone. I don't know.
No, fighting them with
Yeah,
Tony's
Dragon.
character,
Yeah.
Graydon. That's his name,
Mm-hmm.
Graydon. What a weird name.
Yeah.
I know a Grayson, but I've never met a Graydon. But yeah, that's it's gonna be interesting
It
to see
could,
what
and it could
to
very
see what
well
she
be
says.
just like he went to the see what happens. Like at the end, it could just be exactly what she said. Like the beginning and the end, the final battle.
Yeah, what I was trying to figure out, I couldn't really tell
Mm-hmm.
if I don't know. I can't get a good shot. I can't
Mm-hmm.
tell if he's still scarred up.
Oh yeah, I can't see it either.
Yeah,
There.
it's too because trying to I got my Disney. I'm just kind of scrolling through my Disney like this shot here. He does not look like his chest is scarred up the way it
Yeah.
was when he had his shirt off. But that might just be a production error. That's what I was thinking.
Mm-hmm.
That the shot where he's standing with his shirt more open, they would have paid more detail to that. But assuming they filmed this all at the same time,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
so I don't know unless like all his scars are CG to begin with, which is possible,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But if they had that kind of technology, Drax would still be wanting to play. Bautista would still be wanting to play Drax because they can just
Mm-hmm.
CG the makeup on him, and
And then you
he
wouldn't
won't
have
have to
to
deal
like,
with that scare. But
yeah,
and
no, no, having to show up at like 4 a.m. for makeup.
right for sensitive nipple twerks. No.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Even though I don't know if you've seen the trailers for the new Guardians of the Galaxy, he's wearing a
I have.
lot. He's wearing a lot of tops, a lot of
Mm-hmm.
different shots with different body
So he doesn't
armor.
have to get. So he doesn't have to get fully done. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe Mantis did something to his brain to
Like
make him.
wear a shirt. It freaks people out.
Yeah, it would to see that guy all scarred up, tatted. Yeah, no.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. So, did you have any other outside of the finale? Do you have any other real big standout moments that you enjoyed in this first season?
I I thought the scene with the lumberjack was kind of weird to introduce the lumberjack, then like that couple, and then just to kill him. I just thought
Right,
it was like it was a weird choice.
right. Yeah, they kind of gave them a lot more personality than cannon fodder should have got.
Yeah, and they were pretty good, like Hannah Waddingham, whatever from uh, Ted Lasso and many other things. I'm sure, was good in the role. It was just like,
I
oh,
didn't. I had no idea. The one who speaks is the one that's on Ted Lasso, or the
mhm,
other. Okay,
the one who does most of the
I've
speaking.
I've never seen Ted Lasso. It's a it's on Apple TV, right?
Yeah, it's on Apple TV.
Yeah, that's probably going to prevent me from ever seeing
Yeah, it's a bunch of
it.
people. It's a bunch of people being nice to each other and building each other up. Like
That's what.
so,
Oh,
Ted Lasso.
but there's no magic, no superheroes, no spaceships.
Nope.
Okay, yeah, it's not for me
Nope.
then. It's yeah. I mean, oops.
So yeah.
So yeah, so you think I almost thought Willow was gonna bail and not come back,
Right.
and go see, his daughter.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder, like,
I thought that
I
was pretty
wonder,
well played, though, as well. Like it was
yeah,
believable
no,
that he wasn't going to like do it. He was so like he was so eager to get back to his family, like for the previous
yeah,
episodes.
he definitely was. What do you remember what the I'm sorry, I already forgot the name of the actress. The one that was on.
Which one?
I just found what I was looking for.
Uh,
So this you're saying this person, this is the person that's on Ted Lasso?
yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I don't I feel like there was when this episode first aired, I feel like it might have been on makingstarwars.net show that they were speculating that there was some kind of like a, you know, there are creatures that live in the forbidden woods or forest. What do you
Mhm.
remember the name? What that area was called? I already forgot.
Oh,
Like they weren't supposed to go into the forest
right.
because
It
all
was,
sorts of weirdness happened there.
but they
And
were basically there like it was totally a normal thing, and it's supposed to be like a cursed forest. Yeah,
yeah,
but they had no problem with it.
right. Until Laura showed up and attracted monsters to it.
Mm-hmm.
But like, you know what? There are a couple more things that kind of bug me. Like,
But like
I don't
you
mind
said,
these characters.
it kind of brings home the message though that like where she goes, destruction is going to follow, and until she can actually like protect people,
Yeah.
and she couldn't do anything at that point.
I just there was a lot of I remember this is I think was it episode 3, episode 4. This might be episode 4. Um when these two were first introduced, like they don't look like they're wearing clothes that you would
Right. They
find.
don't fit into the rest of the universe. They're dressed like
Yeah.
literally like cowboys, kind of like frontier people.
Yeah. But even more modern even.
Mm-hmm.
Like like
Yep.
those don't look like buttons on the woman in the reddish shirt. They look like snap. They look like
Like
snaps.
pearl snaps.
Yeah. And this, where is it? I was trying to get to it, but I skipped right over the other little person that was on this show.
Mm-hmm. Silas.
Silas. He's great. I liked him.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like, I don't know, I can't stop it in the right plot. In the right plot. Ugh. The right spot. That's it. But yeah, it's just like when he died, that hurt.
Mm-hmm.
I felt that. That was like, oh man, that dude was
Yeah.
cool. You know? But I just Didn't know where they were.
Even like, okay, another thing that just popped into my head. Julian Glover shows up in episode 7, like as
Right.
the snail dude, like the guy. I can't even remember what Graydon named the the creature. It was something silly, wasn't it? Wasn't like, didn't they give him like a name like Frederick or something? But yeah, the the Julian Glover like scenes were like also, we need to, like, when he realized we need to get out of here right now.
Yeah. Wait, what actor did you say this was that this is?
It's Julian Glover from
Julian?
he's in, what's it, Indiana Jones 3,
Okay.
and he is also was it General Veers?
Oh, right. He was General Veers.
Yeah.
So yeah. So he's been in Star Wars. That's where another place where maybe Borman would show up is Indy 5. No.
Yes. But yeah, the Julian Glover has now been in a Willow, a Star Wars,
And
and
Indy.
Indy. Yep.
So now he just needs to. So that's all the Lucasfilm is covered.
Yep.
Now he needs a Marvel appearance, and then he can retire.
Yeah, he's also been in Game of. He was also in Game of Thrones for like a long part of the series.
He was. The DAG. Is that what they call the thing? I'm like trying to skim through this episode to see if I can find some subtitles of what that thing, Mudmander, is the name of the creature, or the species, I should say. But it doesn't. I can't find a spot where it says its name.
Kenneth. The name is Kenneth.
Kenneth. Ugh. That doesn't sound very Willowy world either. It sounds like Earth world. That's not.
Even such like a mundane name.
It's just, yeah. So that's weird. That it looked like the crone had that piece of jewelry going from her nose to her ear, but when she's in humanish form, she ain't got no face jewelry.
Nope.
What the heck? It's just weird. Totally weird. I don't. I know. I kind of was hoping Laura, wouldn't hook up with Eric and go for Graydon, but
they kind of did that. Like, she rejected Eric in the end, and then the thing that made her emotionally vulnerable and angry basically was Graydon's death. Well,
yeah,
death.
Graydon's expulsion.
Yeah. Yes. Mm-hmm.
That's a good word for it, right?
Yeah, that is pretty much the word for it. I would agree.
I don't know. I don't know. I feel like it would be kind of repetitive if they somehow made Graydon the villain for the next 2 seasons, or at least the next season. I feel like they kind of just did that with Eric. It's like, we got to go save Eric. Oh no, he's the bad guy now.
Mm-hmm.
But
now we have to make sure we don't kill him too hard because he's still my brother. Like,
yeah.
And then,
and I kind of hope that also if they do make another season, we don't watch the trek back home. Like, I don't want to. I kind of don't want Eric to be on the show anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I like.
He's now has no purpose.
Yeah, he's not the MacGuffin.
Mm-hmm.
He's not the let's go save him. It's, now it's we have to prepare for the forces of the worm, however they show up.
Got to prepare for the coming of the worm.
Yeah, like you think like they'll have it where if this is just speculation, if they do, instead of no, I guess Laura and he have a bond because he did. Because there was that whole Willow telling him that he's proud of him, and that seemed to mean a lot to Graydon. At least it meant enough where he tried to stand up and fight. But now Laura has his wand.
Yep.
So, I mean, does she even need his wand?
I don't think it like. I don't think the wand
in a non-perverted way. What?
Yeah, I don't think the wand is particularly what's important there, as the show kind of like tried to say that like it's pretty much like the emotional control and content of like what you're focusing on.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of like the Force in Star Wars, right?
Yep.
You got to use channel the energy, and it's either going to be a positive thing or a really negative thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's the way in all the Magic's movies. I feel like it's like that with Harry Potter too. You got to believe what you're casting before it'll cast properly. You got to shed all the disbelief before it works. But yeah, I really hope they choose a different. I hope they make the proper changes for another season. And I hope they don't try to rehash the same story tropes that we got in this first season.
Like basically trying to do the first season, but do it again.
Yeah.
The same, but different.
It's there's the old George Lucas thing with it's like poetry, it rhymes. No, don't do that. Maybe you could get away with it in season 3, but don't do it back to back.
Right.
At least don't do it back to back. But it's, so what I'm also wondering if they do another season, Alora's identity is revealed. Will she now become Empress?
Or does she like become actually someone important to that, like the realm, rather than just being stuck in the bakery?
Because yeah, I mean, is she gonna take her station basically, right? Like, is she gonna be the high priestess, emperor, empress, with all those things that Willow was saying?
She also did seem to enjoy herself when she was messing people up. Like she was having fun. It seemed like when she was shooting beams at the crone at a certain point.
Yeah. Well, it's got to feel good to get all that energy out. It's probably similar to like being in a mosh pit and not falling down. Just
she's having a cathartic moment there.
Yeah. All her anger, all her tension is just being shot out at whatever's in front of her. But it's like,
and from her face.
Yeah. It's just I think also the actress that plays Alora might want to take some kind of like a magician's class or something to get like, hit up Benedict Cumberbatch and see who he learned his hand movements for casting spells, because it seemed very wooden at times. Some of it looked all right, but some of it she was just kind of like, I don't know where they're going to put the special effects at. So, but but who was ever being the crone in that magic fight looked more like she's watched some magic fight movies. Not just kind of winging it. Unless it was the director telling her, I don't like, do it, but do it more like you're kind of unsure. That's, I don't know if that's the, the right, especially when she's in angry mode. She should have been more like, well, like Palpatine throwing lightning out of his hands, just, it just seemed kind of, like I said, a little wooden, but practice makes perfect, I guess. So she's a new magic caster. Maybe
she's not exactly the most skilled yet. She doesn't know a bunch of spellcraft. She just knows like throwing bolts.
Yeah, like someone needs to teach her combat magic. They need to find another magic user that can teach her proper combat magic if they have any chance of defeating the worm in future seasons. Maybe seasons. I don't know.
Like an actual master level user instead of
what
Willow has gleaned from his minor exposure.
Yeah, I mean, how much magic did Willow even get exposed to? He did his little adventure. They did show the little bits of him hanging out in Tearsleen, trying to get, Laura, do things with Laura before he gets kicked out of town.
He knew the finger thing. He knew the thing, like the most like important finger was his own finger. Like,
yeah, that thing.
Yeah, he had the essentials.
Like, I mean, I'm trying to remember the name of, was it Billy Barty who played the wizard in the movie? Barty. I can't remember his character's name though, off the top of my head. But like, how much did that guy teach Willow? Like, doesn't seem like a whole lot, but he had to have taught him something. Unless that guy was kind of a bumbling guy too, who was just kind of winging it.
Yeah,
just something about the Nelwyns being maybe they're just like a magical race accidentally. Like,
yeah, and Finn Razel's lessons for Willow were not the best lessons. It was literally like, cast on me, you fool, cast. Like just keep doing it until you.
What do you expect from a talking animal?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Maybe that's what she needs. Maybe she needs some kind of some kind of a familiar to teach her. Obviously, she's got two of the best swordsmen that are gonna be like, she's got Jade and Kit, who are that's a package deal. So as long as she's traveling, she's gonna have both of them with her. She doesn't need Eric, obviously, because he's a pretty boy at the palace. I think his face is kind of messed up now, though. I don't know how many. He's back from his adventure, but he doesn't look the way he did. He looked, at least, unless he's going to get. They don't have Bacta on Willow's planet, do they?
No, I have not seen the Bacta tank.
Because he looked pretty rough at the end of the episode. Like, he was trying to find a spot where they show. Oops. Keep losing my mouse. Oh, I guess he looks kind of all right. As far as like, okay, not like,
oh, right. You know who else had been in like, what was he? Pat Roach. Pat Roach is General Kale, and he's in Indiana Jones, like as the Nazi who gets punched into the bomber.
Doesn't your dad know that guy? Someone knows that guy. Someone was friends with him. Was it your dad or is it Lou?
But I don't think I don't think Pat Roach got into a Star Wars. I might be wrong. Maybe someone will correct me at some point.
I don't know, but yeah. So this shot of slicked up Borman and Eric's got some kind of weird, like, veiny bruising going on between his eye and his ear.
I think he's also crusty. Like,
is he crusty? I don't. It's like, I don't.
He didn't
know.
get turned into stone, but I think he's still kind of crusty.
Who, Borman?
All of them.
All of them. Yeah, I mean, they were in a pretty dirty spot. I mean, Anakin wouldn't want to be there. But yeah, I'm just Oh, I didn't realize that.
Damn. Okay, Pat Roach is in 3 Indiana Jones movies.
Yeah, isn't he the swordsman in Raiders of the Lost Ark, as well as the big buff guy?
Last Crusade, yep. And Temple of Doom, he's the guard, and then he's the giant Sherpa and the first mechanic. Like, yeah.
Yeah, no, he's that guy gets work. He's one of the best stunt people of the 1980s for sure.
Mm-hmm.
He's in all the greats. So this is actually, I just randomly stopped on this. This is Graydon's wand / flute.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize that was the same item that he was using.
That was what he was casting with, yeah.
Yeah. So that's got some Legend of Zelda stuff going on there.
Mm-hmm.
Or some Smurfs. Maybe we'll get some. I mean, brownies are kind of like Smurfs, right?
Yep.
They're just not blue. Oh yeah, that reminds me of another really questionable thing that they did when in the episode where they meet up with the Bone Reaver tribe.
Mm-hmm.
And they show the brownies.
Mm-hmm.
It looked like one of the brownies was wearing like a screen printed concert t-shirt. The daughter. The daughter of the guy that, like, here we go. I can't really zoom in on it, but it looks like she's like wearing like some jumper pajamas.
She's wearing a Willow shirt. Like, it's a recursive shirt. I don't know what it actually is, but yeah.
It's just, it doesn't seem like, let's see if I could blow this up and share it. Let's see here.
Yeah, she's wearing like, it looks like a onesie or like I don't know about this.
See here. Oh, I can't just share that.
All right, I gotta call it a night.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I was actually gonna do that a second ago before I remembered the t-shirt thing, but yeah, but all in all, it's thanks for doing this stream with me.
No problem.
And I enjoyed the Willow series. I really hope that they do 2 more seasons like they implied. But if they don't, is what it is. It's we know Graydon's is alive. We just don't know where he is.
Right.
And yeah, it's gonna be a good one. So Jimbo and I will be back next week for another episode of Bad Batch. Hopefully Dan Malora will be with us again. And again, thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. And we are out of here.